I don't think they've
No,
lived up
they
to the hype.
definitely
They
have
came
not
with.
lived up to the hype yet.
No, they have dropped games against teams they should not be dropping, and it's been shown at least 2 times already that Cloud9 has been able to best them in both the Nanyang and MLG.
Yeah.
So they have yet to prove their worth, at least with the hype that was coming in. And these
But
are guys I
they
love.
definitely have an easier group, though, this time around. I mean, there's no way you can say that Group A is not much stronger than Group B. So Digital Chaos, I think we basically expect them to get out of groups here. If they don't get out of groups, it'll be surprising for sure. So I think I'm expecting a 2-0 out of this game, but I'm not, I wouldn't be that surprised if it was like 1-1. I don't think they're going to get 0-2'd, though. Seems very unlikely.
All right, I can't see this game, but you're in it, right?
I am in it, yes,
You might need to go online so I can watch your game, because apparently, even though you're in the game, it's not up here.
All right.
Reborn?
Yeah. Just reborn things, and
Apparently, I am not on offline because it says go offline.
Oh, that's weird, because when I look you up on my friends list,
Yeah.
you're offline.
Well, what an interesting little
What a
dynamic
pickle
there.
we're in. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, maybe for.
Well, we can cut to his. We'll
now.
just cut to his thing for now because
Oh my goodness.
is that a Kotaro Hayama Huskar possibly?
yes.
This is just all kinds of disgusting.
Now this is the hero that he played that got him through the open qualifier of TI 5 gentlemen. This guy knows how to Huskar,
Sounds good.
and
Well-
they got Dazzle with it. That's like the dream.
Well, they went for Shadow Fiend first pick out of Digital Chaos into TA, followed by Dazzle Doom. Couple of solid banouts here. They went out for the Slardar Tusk, followed by the Earthshaker AA, and then Huskar here as well. After you ban out the AA, kind of a sort of self-evident hero there. And while Shadow Fiend does have a lot of right-click, and Doom can certainly mess with Huskar a decent amount at least, being able to keep some amount of lockdown on that hero, make sure he just doesn't dunk on fools all day long. It still is a big problem because you need more physical damage, I feel like. Although there is a lot here. Do you think it's enough physical damage, or do they need something else? Maybe some kind of pure stuff? Maybe a
I mean, I'm
Bane?
sure that they're going to move forward here with strong stuns and physical damage. Well, that's very
We're
strong.
gonna move forward with an
stun.
ogre. Oh,
Yeah.
And, I mean, basically you just need 1 or 2 really strong stuns and then 1 or 2 physical heroes, and you can basically just crush Huskar. Something I do want to point out here, Unknown actually banned out Gyro in the first phase, and I was looking through some of their drafts, and they actually do this quite a bit, and I'm not really sure why, to be honest. One reason that I was thinking of is possibly they pick Undying a lot, but they don't really seem to do that. Gyro is pretty good against Undying. But first ban Gyro, certainly not the standard for the meta that we've been seeing recently. And then Digital Chaos did go ahead and pick up the Shadow Fiend here on Dire side, which is not ideal, but it takes it away from Radiant, and that's just, honestly, that's just worth it in
maybe just a
itself, I
comfort
think.
hero for your war.
Yeah, plus you know that your war plays SF a ton.
Yeah.
The two Purple brothers here as well. Dark
Pooper?
Pooper
I
brothers.
heard you say pooper. I'm going to call you out on a pooper.
Two Pooper
Because I'm a
brothers.
child and I love
Do I have
poops.
to? Oh wait, I have
that
to
a
throw that
meme?
in there. Are you kidding me?
I don't like our
No,
production
no,
team.
pooper's not a meme. Put that chip down.
Maybe it should be a meme. Do we want to do that?
Firing our production team.
Oh jeez.
Darkseer picked up pretty late.
I like the Bane pick a lot. You got pure damage coming out from Brain Sap. You've got Fiend's Grip. You've got Nightmare. All of these things just destroy Huskar. I think that's a pretty solid pick. Pooper's a mean?
People are saying pooper's a meme?
All right, I got to
I
throw
don't
this
Twitch
in.
chat is spamming.
Here we go. That's rough.
Pooper man.
Pooper.
Bill.
God.
Sorry,
Well,
Winter.
I actually should just stop talking because we're losing
Everything-
so bad because
yeah.
of David.
Well, you can make up
Who's
for it. If you
green?
make a good call here at the end of this draft, you get a chip back.
I
So
called
make
Bane.
a good call.
Oh, that doesn't count. You have to declare it
Who's
more
next
strongly
up?
than
It's
Bane
going to be
really good
unknown.
here.
And they need what? They need another support. They have a Dazzle already.
And this
Something to
support,
assist the Huskar. What's left?
Wyvern is gone.
I wouldn't
A
say
is gone,
maybe
ES
a
is
Rubik.
gone.
Lots of things to steal. You can
Rubik
get
is pretty good in
Doom,
this game.
Bane, easy to grab.
Here we go. You ready? Omni. That if I get that one, I think I
If you
can pull
get that
two chips
one,
out.
no, come on, don't push it. Omni is a pretty bold call,
Yeah.
but could be good for Huskar. Do they already have a Wyvern? No Wyvern.
Wyvern's
Oh,
banned.
no, Wyvern's been banned. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I actually like Rubik here. I think that's.
I think Rubik
that's
is
a
really good.
prediction.
Definitely.
They already have a lot of damage, so the weakness of Rubik is he doesn't have a ton of damage until he gets level 6.
And we don't see
then
Earthshaker
even
anymore.
He's banned.
He got banned out
Oh,
as
they
well.
actually banned an Earthshaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they banned a lot of the good supports, so options are quite limited here.
I think Rubik is really the pick here.
There's got to be something else. Can't be just Rubik.
No, you true. It's There's a lot of different things.
Night
Night
Stalker.
Stalker, of course, guys. Hello.
Good point.
Have we thought about the new meta?
Night Stalker is actually.
What an awkward draft. A late Darkseer, a really late Night Stalker.
Yeah, Night Stalker's been getting banned out like third or fourth round, pretty much continually.
Makes me kind of actually like that first pick AA we've been seeing a bit more, because then it's like, oh, they definitely can't get a Huskar,
Yeah, AA is kind of
it totally limits the hero
He's like
pool.
not exactly secretly, but a lot of teams are figuring out that AA is extremely valuable in this meta.
People love those kind of heroes where it just forces a team to have to change the way they play. Like, let's say like Wind Ranger, for example.
Ooh.
You know, you got to get an MKB or something to deal with it. But look at this.
I
That's
like
a puppy
that.
Enchantress.
I like that.
Bulba actually.
Oh, it's an
picking up the
off-lane core
Enchantress.
Enchantress.
We've been seeing this more often. It can
That's
destroy if
absolutely
you're not
what it
careful.
Oh, that's so good. Are they gonna? So are they thinking about safe lane? The Huskar, he
think-
can't easily harass a Enchantress with that untouchable.
It's gonna be rough for the first couple levels.
Ooh, this is
The other thing here as well is that all of these heroes that the damage comes from, I feel like, are consistently from right click. Sure, you got Void from Night Stalker, Vacuum Wall to some extent, but a lot of the damage is really built around being able to right click down with Huskar, being able to tear apart players with Templar Assassin, and all of those things are very well countered by Untouchable, which is one of the better abilities in terms of mitigating that right click damage. So I think this is pretty good. Obviously the problem with Enchantress is the very low strength gain. I think it's 1 per level if I'm not mistaken, which is absolutely garbage.
But she's so fast.
She is so fast. I think
What's going to be you for camera, by the way, because apparently I still can't find the game. You can't find the game either, can you? So
Interesting.
it's all you, Gabe.
I snuck on in at the last second.
We're going
here.
to peep over your shoulder here. I'm going to continue to refresh and hope that I can also join you in watching this wonderful American game of Dota.
You're gonna
in Dota TV, this wonderful client.
I'm gonna try to watch off of.
You're going to poop
someone in
over my
DC.
shoulder? Is that
All
what I
right.
heard?
Oh, you're right. I could have watched off that
That's
guy.
what I just said.
Oh,
You
okay.
can watch off me now. I'm in.
I happen to
All
be,
Coolio.
let's see.
You can obs off me. I'm watching.
All right, I'm trying to get signed in here.
Freaking out over here.
Relax.
Too much technology for Dakota is not a good thing.
Well,
He,
if
like,
it worked
he
the way
actually-
it should,
he
I
actually
wouldn't have
struggled
to.
before we started to like get his mouse working.
Are you even
correctly,
online? Or is it going to tell
I'm
me you're
online,
offline
yeah.
as well?
I'm online.
It's all working. We're wonderful.
I'm
It's
in.
Great.
This is
see
on
ya.
you at this point.
Good lord.
There we go.
I'm coming.
They're
getting
dropping
in
their
there.
boots and their Wraith Bands on the high ground here, so feeling
The-
very
the
confident in this
disrespect.
one. Team Unknown. Looks like they want to be able to pause on that as well. So boots first on the Ogre. He's opted to take Ignite first. Pretty standard stuff here so far. Meanwhile, for Bulba, hasn't picked up any items yet, but does have them on the Courier in just a second, I believe. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, he was hightailing at bottom. He put 2 wards down.
Pretty good.
Let me just add this real quick.
Going to pretty much make sure, like, if you're going to deward this, usually, well, not always, but sometimes you'll see people deward right up here, right above the top, or down here in the bottom. So if they go the sort of left to right route for the dewarding, you're going to end up being able to get both of these. But if they go top to bottom, it might take 3 sentries to be able to take care of all of these wards.
All right,
So,
I am in.
Wonderful.
Don't worry, Gabe. I can take over with my amazing camera skills here.
Wonderful. Carry the group, please.
Oh,
I believe
will
in you.
Certainly try here.
Yeah,
gonna need a-
unfortunately, the pause is continuing.
They're going to need a bit of a restart here. So
Yeah. I'm not actually sure. Where are they boot camping? Canada?
I don't know.
Oh,
They're boot
camping
camping
in
though.
Canada.
Who's left to boot camp with them?
All right,
Shannon
yeah.
went off to Sweden, right?
Well, Nikki and Jared are both there.
So they're just sitting there watching him play games.
Pretty much, yeah, that's the life, dude. Just watch them play Dota.
All right, all right.
That's awesome.
So they're restarting. Shouldn't take too long for them to get back into it here, but some keys to this game for DC.
Keys to the game by Gerg.
I'm not a believer of his Bulba offlane Enchantress
Okay. Why
against
not?
a Huskar.
Okay.
He's just gonna get. Has 454 HP.
Yeah.
Searing whatever. What are they called?
Searing whatevers.
Searing spears.
Yeah.
Burning spears.
Whatever they are.
So close.
Ugh.
They're gonna do a ton of damage to him.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna take him a while for him to get untouchable. If he takes heal first, then
No,
that's
he's not
another
taking
level.
heal first.
But Yawar, is he gonna have a good game? Because on Dire it's a lot harder to continually like flash farm stacked camps because you don't have the easy access to that one camp. So if he does well in mid lane, that bodes well for them because it's a little bit harder to come back on Dire as Shadow Fiend. And then TC top lane on Doom. I don't actually expect him to have any problems. He should farm just fine. Scorched Earth is like ridiculously good now, and he's got a really kick-ass set.
I am Doom. I think he would have a more masculine voice than that.
Yeah, more deep.
What would your impression
rumbling
of Doom
be?
then?
I don't know.
I
can't really. I'm not a. All right. It's more of like a Doom. Yeah, more like rumbly though, and less like circus.
Rolls off the tongue like molasses right there. It's gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
Do an ogre impression.
Oh, I can't.
And another one.
Okay, so
Damn.
we might actually.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. So Dota TV is super broken.
Some
Andre
Dota
is
TV
asking them to restart, but
Aw.
they might not. I wouldn't want to.
A little bit unfortunate there. You know, I'm going to say you mentioned the sort of damage that can be dealt out by to the Enchantress by the Huskar. I certainly feel like there's a possibility here that if he's able to get on in there and get a couple of those right clicks with the Burning Spears, you fall low. But at the early levels, at times Burning Spears can do more damage than it actually ends up doling out based upon if you're able to right click them quick enough. I mean, you take a look at it, it costs 15, it lasts 8 seconds, and 5 damage over time. So he doesn't have the highest mana pool, or excuse me, HP pool in the world either. And Enchantress, 52 damage isn't terrible. It's not really all that bad. I don't know. There's a potential there at least that if the Huskar is alone down here and tries to dole out a lot to this Enchantress, I don't know. It's tough with Untouchable.
If unknown don't know that the Enchantress is going to be down here, then it could potentially work very well.
But this is a Kotaro Hayama Huskar, guys.
That's true.
Possibly. I mean, hello. Carried them into qualifier of TI on this Huskar. Kotaro Hayama?
That's a great name.
I think it's him. It is a wonderful
sure it is
name.
Yeah.
I don't know why he changed it to this dumb TP / thing. But
That's a good.
I got to sign out again.
Uh-oh.
I'm worried if I sign out, I'm not going to find my way back into these games.
I know, dude. It's just Dota TV things.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in, so that's fine, right?
We can get in, but the problem is players staying in the game.
Oh, got
After
it, yeah.
that.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
I feel like we should be wagering on something right now.
It's a good
So
time to wager.
on something in this game?
Let's wager whether the game's going to get rehosted or not.
Ooh. Wager.
The game's
So
going to get
Andre
rehosted?
asked to rehost it.
Did they already
AUI
respond?
said he's going to PM him. So
I'm going to say no. No
No?
remake. I'm going to say no remake.
No remake.
I think it's going to get remade.
All right.
Open chat?
Let's see.
I think it's
Oh,
going to get
here we go.
remade.
Right here. He said, wait, PM. So? Remake? No!
Damn it!
No remake. Get fucked, Gerd.
Do I have to like pull one in now? Is that how this works?
Is it on camera?
Yeah, there it is.
There
right
you
there.
go.
Me and LD are actually going to absolutely lose this
There's
competition.
a lot of red chips in there.
Like we're actually almost out of chips. We have 8 more, which is not good because everyone else has almost twice that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
my God,
I guess
it is.
we're gonna run out of these, and then there's gonna be a
Yeah.
consequence
We're
when
gonna
we
have to
actually
use
run out.
something else that like signifies we've gone through a whole stack. So like maybe we get a quarter, you guys get a nickel, and
Yeah.
keep going down
Crumpled
like that.
up Red Bull can.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ribbon. Candies. We'll throw little candies.
Well, now the Bane's Buryu's still not back in the game.
Owie has said, sorry, 1 computer issues. We've been using it for 1 week, no issues. Now there's porn on it, and we can't play Dota.
Is that what he said?
And you are.
These
Yeah,
kids
that's
are
exactly
boot.
what
Hey,
he said.
have you ever been to these boot
Have
camps?
you been to these boot camps?
These kids are all sitting together, sweating out Dota 24/7,
Gets a little stressful sometimes.
A leg brushes another leg.
and you're like,
All these
I
feelings
don't know if
show
I
up.
like that or not. I need to find space.
I don't like where this is going, personally.
Legs aren't brushing when they're wearing sweatpants all the time, though.
Oh,
That's good.
God.
Wonderful. Jesus.
Well,
Ugh. They said no on the remake, though, right? We can't
Yeah.
really leave the lane or leave the
Definitely.
game.
nope. I mean, leaving this game would be. We could go to a C9 game, and
Let's
I could
see.
just stay in here, and then you could.
Yeah, that's right. Let me
Obs
see.
me.
Let's see what we got.
Well, I think their game's not showing up either, so you have to find someone to. Obs off of. Are you friends with? Why don't you stay in the
Yeah,
game?
that's a good point.
And I'll just
Let me see what kind of friends I have here.
I'll just bot back and forth.
I mean, we can always just play like an overthrow or something. If you guys
Ooh, there we
wanna.
go. Yeah. It's been TD. Take a little while, you know.
Oh,
I've beaten that game 4 times now.
Yeah,
Really?
we've beaten that game quite
Wow.
a bit.
I got to play it on
impressive.
hard though.
Wait,
Takes
What's
like 2 hours. Yeah, I can't see.
what's the
any
other game right now?
It should be the second. No, Cloud9 Complexity's over.
Yeah. So who's the other game?
Whatever it is, I can't see it. I can.
Well, I'm
only
gonna try to. I know, yeah, I can't actually see, but I'm gonna try to pull it off of my friends list here. God damn it!
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna have to look myself.
I see this. The people in this game. I can join Toby's party. That's it, though.
Who's playing? Who's the other team that's playing right now? That's what it is. Okay. So you got any of those boys?
I don't think
on your
they've
friends
started.
list?
I don't think they've started yet because. Oh wait, I've hopped on whatever game Blaze is watching because these are also casting, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think they stopped.
I could be just hopping into a totally random game.
Oh, we're in. We're in.
What is this?
This is it.
Oh, it's Leviathan versus Root.
Oh, there we go.
My
All right.
boys at Leviathan. Let's hop into this game while we wait. You're over there. Okay, so
Yeah,
don't
you
worry.
just stay.
We're
I'm hanging
keeping,
out.
You
we're
just stay
keeping
right
tabs
there.
on the Digital Chaos Unknown game, which is still paused, but I figured we could put up some action on the screen for you guys to look over. It's Leviathan going toe-to-toe against Root Gaming, and it looks like Leviathan are up a little bit, about an 8K to 10K net worth advantage, 13-9.
They're up a lot, but Root has a Medusa.
I was about to say the same thing.
Root has a Medusa. What does Medusa have?
A lot.
Ooh.
If he gets an evasion item,
That's Dota the 2. I actually just met him at ESL. Does not look like you'd think. You know who else
Is that a
met?
good thing or a
Chicken
bad
MC.
thing?
They're pretty cool. They seem pretty cool people.
Chicken MC.
Chicken MC, the first of his name.
Hashtag the greatest.
That guy's got some legendary names.
From
yeah,
the streets.
from the streets. Some
Yeah.
other good
He's a
ones
really
on
nice
there.
guy. Really love chicken nuggets, so lives up to the name.
I feel like how good do you think Root is? Like objectively, like compared to Leviathan. What if we had not just turned on this game and you had to guess?
I mean,
What would you
when you
say
take a
that this
once
game
over,
would
you're
be?
kind of like, my initial impression is, well, Root are fine. They can just play their game, stall it out, take it slow. What are they going to do? Push into high ground of Root where they got Crystal Maiden, Vacuum Wall, and a Medusa?
That's actually my biggest problem with Leviathan's lineup is how do they actually break high ground without like, I mean, they either need to get a really good clock hook pick off,
They got
maybe a crazy Omni.
They got Vision on their side with this Night Stalker, and yeah, the
I think
clock.
they just have to get a pick off first. They can't just straight push high ground.
What
They'll
build
just die.
did Jug go in terms of the item builds?
Scotty.
Okay.
Scotty Basher
Yeah.
after SMY and Helm of the Dom.
Interesting.
Pretty normal build.
Yeah. Well,
I was wondering if somebody might have wanted to go for potentially like a diffusal blade or something. It's funky, but it really does the double for the Medusa as well.
Diffusal actually, I mean, that I think could probably still be on his mind.
oof.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. They cross paths. Big two-man stun comes down from the Knicks.
Oh, God.
Vacuum back, and this Shadow Fiend is gone. Jug, gone.
That
Root
seems
Gaming.
unlikely. Yeah, he's
Just
dead
swept
as
through
well.
in one quick fight.
Yeah.
Gonna take out 3.
And unfortunately, when you can never push high ground, you just sit there, and eventually you're just gonna make a mistake like that, and the game's gonna be much harder at this point. Like that fight is kind of a big turning point here because Root's also gonna pick up the Roshan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a smoke gank into it also. So using that one, you kind of wonder if they might have been able to potentially predict that. It's a little bit tough because if they're always inside their base and you don't necessarily... Like, it doesn't look like they actually have a ton of vision in the Radiant or in the Dire jungle right now. But maybe
There's almost no vision. I mean, Radiant have some defensive vision, but that's about it on the whole map.
Yeah. Outside of that, they're just relying on this Night Stalker,
definitely.
which you can't always count on, especially when they smoke.
Yeah.
Guardian Greaves picked up by the Darkseer, and that was something that I was actually curious about in the last game. He did not finish the Guardian Greaves. He instead bought that Hex, and he had Arcane and Mech. In my opinion, I think Guardian Greaves is totally worth the upgrade on Darkseer because the cooldown gets cut in half. The aura is really good. I don't know. I really like Guardian Greaves on both Darkseer and I think it's really good on Bounty Hunter as well, actually.
Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter Guardian Greaves is the solution.
Yeah. Good on Undying as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pop up sometimes.
Derp has a cheese for safekeeping, most likely.
I don't know.
Seems doubtful that he will be
I
eating that himself.
I feel like we just like tuned into the real big tipping point of the game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that fight pretty much
Yeah, I
has
think
solidified
at
Root
this
Gaming
point,
this
Root,
game.
it's really hard for Leviathan to win.
Only highlights here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. This is the multicast stream. We only tune in when it matters, and we leave the rest for Blaze. I'm kidding. I love Blaze.
Jesus.
I think Blaze, you know how I feel about Blaze. Probably one of the most underrated people out there. That guy nose to the grindstone, Appreciate it. Shouts to Blaze. Lots of love to him for helping us out with some of the remote coverage. By the way, the other match is still paused.
Oh, this is going to get remade. I'm going to win.
You're
I'm
going to
get to take a chip
you're
out.
Going to get that chip back?
This
They're
is going to get
actually saying
remade.
do a
We'll
remake?
see.
Because Reborn, okay, so 2 of them are out of the game right now, and neither of them can reconnect.
Okay, well, 5 minutes has passed. They're disqualified. Moving on. Wins for Unknown. See you later, DC.
3v5.
I mean,
There's no way that they let
I don't
them
know
do
what
that.
kind of rule book they're
Reborn
following,
is
but you
so
only get
broken,
so
dude.
much time.
Well, I mean, if they just remake the game, it'll be fixed. Nothing has happened yet.
Oh,
This
so
game
they're
should just
back
be
on.
remade.
I mean, how do you know? Are they at the computer? What if they're lying, Greg?
Well, they might be lying, but
Oh, I can't reconnect. It's a Reborn issue.
There's the butterfly on the Medusa.
Yeah, this is what could be the nail in the coffin. That's what they
Yeah,
say.
That's the evasion item that I was alluding to. Also gives you a ton of damage.
Yes, attack speed as well, Greg, and armor, and the ability to flutter.
Flutter with
Quickly
the
get
snake.
around to farm.
It's kind of a cool little addition to Butterfly. I like that.
Use your flutter. See, like right now,
Very
efficiency
flavorful.
is just not.
Yeah, the 2 is missing out on some CS.
You're not going to be fighting in the next 35 seconds, or are you? Actually, KVH.
Oh.
All right, they're remaking this
Okay.
game.
Committing in. I'll just cover. I'll catch
And
up to that game.
that
later,
means
maybe.
that Gerg gets to take one out of the bucket, and both you have to put one in there. So,
Oh,
That's rough.
Get fucked.
It hurts.
Nerds.
All right.
I'll say the one piece. Oh god. All right. Yeah. Where's mine?
Yep, taking chips out. You're welcome, LD. I actually get to take 2 out, though, right? Because it's both getting remade, and I get to take this out. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Wait, it's getting remade.
Yeah, we put one in.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
What
Yeah.
color
Fair
are you
enough,
to
fair
go?
enough.
Stop trying to gird the rules.
Heroes is the minus coins.
Yeah.
You are black.
I'm a black chip,
Yeah,
right?
Pop that in. Here, tap a jar.
Yay. Solid. Well done.
Yep.
Well played.
I had little faith in Valve and Reborn, and as a result, I got rewarded, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Being the pessimist is just,
It's the play.
obviously.
The struggle continues here for Leviathan. They may have the highest net worth on their team in Mr. Fran Gray, but it's not going to be enough. Critical Mass Shadow Fiend will not match up to the very scary and very hideous Medusa here.
I will say the one point of sort of dyssynergy that goes on with Root right there is that you've got the Stone Gaze, which gives the magic immunity, or the not taking damage from magic, and then the Crystal Maiden ulti on top of that. Kind of a little bit of not working well in conjunction, but I don't think that it's the biggest issue in the world. Like
Yeah,
that,
it's not a big deal.
it just means that you're going to have to wait for that ulti to wear off before you end up popping.
Yes,
your freezing
Frogos.
field.
Stalking his prey.
Yeah, wild Amazon. The invisible
Frogos.
Nexus.
I see the jug. I see the jug.
Is he gonna do it?
Team? Team? Ah, strike! Mana leak! Yeah, see you later.
Like,
What was that?
that was great.
CD's about to run eyes. I might as well hit him.
This is why Blaze and them have to cast this game.
Things
That's
like
how
that
I
happen.
cast games.
Oh God.
Still remaking over there. All right.
Yeah, it's
We're
you
not
know
looking
just
good.
Reborn
You know what
things.
though? They got to grab on KVH. That denied. Doom BKB. No glimpse happening for you, but a BKB charge will be expended.
I'm gonna try and restart Dota, see if that helps at all.
Nah, I'm sure it's a server issue. Just normal stuff for
Are they
Warcraft.
in the game though? I mean, I have a friends list of people who are in.
It is now on Dota TV, but it just started.
Woo,
So
okay.
it's going to be another couple minutes.
All right, fair enough. Oh, look at this conga line of
Wow,
a
that is
Leviathan.
a
Chugga
literal
chugga choo
conga
choo.
line.
Hope this isn't turned into a feed train.
Yeah. They've got the Night Stalker at
Oh,
front,
they've
so
been
good
spotted by
vision.
Frogos. Frogos has spotted them, and well, Frogos might be dead here. He's able to carapace a lot of the damage back, but
Drops a
ultimately does go down, and yeah, that's a gem now snagged up, and Derp gonna get caught out. All right, 2 freebies for Leviathan, but it doesn't stop there. Root Gaming
Clockwork just missed his hook, I think.
still looking to fight, and here comes the 2. Pops out the Stone Gaze. Shibby turns his tail around, hides within the trees. This actually might be a Leviathan fight. Vacuum is just off the mark as well. But look at this. They're still able to stand and plant. The
They
right
can't
clicks
do
come out.
anything to this
Glimpse.
Dusa.
They're going to be BKB'd off here. Fran Gray running away, doomed up. We'll be fine. KVH is going to be left behind. And now they'll right-click him down. He gets dropped. Root Gaming lose 3.
I'm not sure.
That was
Why
a really
Root-
solid decision there.
Why did Root split so much?
That's a good question, but it was really solid to just focus on everybody else but the Medusa, tossing out the Disruption Kinetic Field as well to keep her a little bit separated from the rest of the pack. And I think that Leviathan did that just about as good as they could. They still have the problem, though, of how do you deal with the Medusa when you go head-on into her, which I'm not sure if they really have a great answer to so far.
That was a terrible fight by Root. I'm just going to say it.
I mean, credit to Leviathan, though. That was a very unique
there was a
smoke. And I
huge-ass
think that
combo
Root were
line.
just like, what the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
that
And
was
they just, I don't know, they just threw everything out, and it was just a hot mess.
But they, like, Root split, and then, like, the Dusa left.
They were just so thrown off by that smoke
Like,
movement.
the Dusa was just sitting there, right-clicking, and everyone abandoned her, and then she TP'd out, and then everyone else thought, that was just a cluster.
This Disruptor has an Ags. Oh! From downtown, Jenkins going to get the catch. Double bump. Juan trying to make it back into base.
the triple
Even vacuums back. Jenkins, though, could lose his own life. Looks like he will. All right, so a long hook shot catch. Maybe a bit of the eyes bigger than your stomach. Zebra will. Oh, he tried to Manta off the glimpse, but the timing was not there. Flying Zebra, though, will be caught out. And Frogos will pick him up. Yes, Frogos. Got it.
Boom.
3 down all day on the side of Leviathan.
Were you inspired to make that voice because it's similar to Frodo,
Frogos. Yeah, Frodo, and then you think of like Gollum, and then you think of
Precious, etc.?
Precious. Frogos. Frugos.
Well,
He's almost into burrow mode here. Agnum's 2 of the 4 components already done. Actually has.
he has enough.
Does have enough probably after this camp.
Saving for buyback.
He already
And
has
he's got
it.
the
He has
blink
Ogre
already.
Club. He already has the Ogre Club. He has enough.
Does he save for buyback here potentially? Is that the only other thing that he might be doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's why he didn't buy
All right,
it.
let's.
I'm,
you ready?
I'm honestly kind
What-
of over this game, though,
All
because this
right.
game's probably going to go longer.
I'm
than
over
60
it as
minutes.
well.
Let's just
If you-
move into the DC game.
Gotta remember, folks, if you want to catch this game, Blaze.
I don't think he is casting this game, actually.
I followed him to get into this game.
Well,
Boom.
I don't think he's actually casting it, though.
I think he is. That's
All
just
right, well, if he's casting it, he's
yeah.
casting it.
Looks like Blaze and Nahaz.
If not,
Show them some love.
condolences. But we're going to hop into the DC game here.
Oh, look at that. It actually appeared for me. So
Yeah.
I can hop on out,
Gonna
hop on in. Actually,
Couple
while I
quick
have this.
block camps here as well, as we're starting it off night.
I'm not
Enchantress
in yet,
making it
Gabe.
happen. I know, I'm
We're on
spoilers.
news camera. Relax.
Spoilers,
Okay,
spoilers.
Fine.
Enchantress going to do the same thing that she did before, boarding the exact same spots. Absolutely wonderful.
Ooh. Splendid.
Splendid indeed.
All right, so they're just going to do the same thing they did previously. Boba bumps back, picks up his items.
They did move through to try and catch out the Enchantress off to the side here, so they are going to be able, like, they're not in as good of a position as they were before to contest this rune up in the top area. Now they're moving back in again now, though. I think that they're going to be, but might be in for a little bit of a battle up here.
Oh, but we should do introductions. Greg, introduce Team Unknown.
I can't, dude. I can't. I actually can't pronounce any of the things
Caster's
in
nightmare
here.
to introduce this team.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out! It's Hatsune Miku. He's going in for YS, aka Yawar. Gets a poison touch. Early investment is a poison touch. They're just like,
This Darkseer Iron Shell's doing work.
I know.
Also,
You
He
Yawar only
actually
has 2
might
shared
kill Yawar.
tangos.
If he'd run up the hill there was a small chance he could have killed him.
Yawar's going to have to go through one of those shared tangos. Oh.
So solo Huskar in the
So
bottom
who got
lane
the
up
runes?
against Enchantress. This is going to be an interesting matchup, and time will tell how it ends up turning out. Aoi gonna move on forward and try and mess with this TA a little bit, see if he can hurt her day, and that's just honestly so frustrating to play against.
Wait, did
Ogre
they
Magi.
switch roles? I could have sworn it was the TA was on the Huskar because I thought that's who Kotaro
They did
Hayama
actually,
could have
yeah.
been. But I think this gap person is the real Kotaro Hayama because from when I watched this team compete in Summit 4, this was the same person who played their Alchemist and typically their Safe Lane cores. I want to
So-
say it's him.
Yeah. So here's my problem with the Enchantress on the offlane here. He does have a shitload of regen, though, so maybe it'll be okay.
I don't know, already 180 life? Look
Yeah,
at
this is my problem right here. Is like
deer on
one
fire.
thing and you just get wrecked.
It is definitely a little bit tough. And the fact, I actually really like the Poison Touch pickup as well, because one of the ways that you deal with Enchantress is not by right-clicking or by dealing nukes. And Dazzle doesn't really have a great nuke, but Poison Touch, not terrible. It's
I think it's more for the slow so the Huskar can hit him.
what is happening mid lane.
I don't know, mid
here?
is a
Look
mid
at these
is a
look at these
carousel.
position
I don't know what's
4s here
happening.
having their own one-on-one on the side of the one-on-one mid lane. Aoi's like, I'm coming over. I'm coming over. You're not going to stop me. I'm here to get in the face
Aoi's
of the
just
TA.
Aoi's sticking around to try to make sure that Yawar gets proper farm here in the first couple levels. Obviously, Ignite can break the refraction charges? I'm pretty sure it can at least. It has enough damage,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it definitely does.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how it goes. So far, the Enchantress doing okay down here. 5-2 versus 5-2 of Huskar.
She's confident. She's up very far.
The question is, when is she going to overextend?
He has level 3 now,
Do they
so...
do it?
Oh, man, yeah. This is when you kind of think you can make a go on Enchantress, but with level 2 Untouchable,
Yep.
you are not going to get the better of the trades.
Yeah, he actually made it out of like the really dangerous part of this laning phase, which is like the first 2 levels. Now I think it's actually pretty okay. So Bulba just proving me wrong completely.
Well, as we talk about this, Ogre's moving on over to the other lane here, and this might begin to be a little bit trepidatious if they end up catching him.
What was that word?
Trepidatious?
You read books.
I read books occasionally.
You read books.
I'm concerned about this Huskar. You've got a second here. Moving on over into the side.
They're really this nervous of an Ogre missing in action here.
I mean,
Enchantress just kind of taking over the lane. I mean, you look at these two. You look at a Huskar and Enchantress, and the ferociousness of this Huskar you'd think would be the one to overtake the lane, but little cute Enchantress is now in prime position and full control. And she's going to soak up all the XP she could ever ask for, and now they will spot out this Ogre, but he is a big piece of meat.
it's pretty tanky.
Yeah.
The Enchantress actually just zoned the Huskar there.
Yep.
I mean, you know, not the highest armor. Now that he does have the helm, it changes things a little bit. He's got 6 armor. That helps a lot. Does not have boots at this point, and I'm not really expecting him. I'm wondering if he's just going to go for that straight armlet rush that we occasionally see.
Yep.
Well, I took a peek at the top lane, and TC is farming pretty well. 13 CS. He is getting dual laned, however. Night Stalker and Dark Seer both making it pretty hard for him. But
Oh, Night Stalker to bottom lane now. 20 seconds till nightfall. I think they want to make something out of it. I don't know.
Ogre just with brown boots at this point. No regeneration. Although you do still have Nature's Attendance.
Bulba
so
has more CS than the Huskar.
yeah, it's pretty scary. He's going to be going for treads next, potentially.
Wow, Owie is potentially in a really bad area.
Uh-oh. Spots Z-Talk. As nightfall comes down, he wants a piece of Ogre meat here.
He is an ogre, though.
It's going
Slowed
to
up.
take a long time.
If they get the other, if they get the poison touch, he
there
might
it
actually
is.
die now.
He's like, oh, get the bounty first before you go. Oh, he thinks he can live. Steps back for the stun. And the
I don't
longest
think so.
kill ever. Still continuing here. Finally.
First blood.
They chase him down.
He really earned that one.
Yeah,
Had to run
space.
ran a little 5K
created
to
by Owie.
get that first blood. But in the meantime, Bulba is still just farming up here bottom.
Is the core Enchantress enough of a problem where you maybe consider building up something crazy like a Silver Edge just to help with her passive? I don't think they have a Silver Edge candidate at all, unless it's like, the Night Stalker.
Yeah, they really don't have a Silver Edge hero.
I mean, it wouldn't be terrible if they were able to get it.
It's
if
not
they had a hero.
It's not a horrible item on TA.
It could be an okay item, maybe even on Huskar. He's wanted to get a Sage, but yeah.
I think it's more likely that the TA would buy it, but it's not a very. It's like an okay item for TA. There's much better ones. Blink and Deso tend to just be better.
Just an MKB or something later on.
And I think that if they're able to, like, so the thing that I'm thinking about this lane, you take a look at TA, for instance, and being able to lay down one big meld strike, that's almost all that you need if she gets a Deso on the Enchantress to kill her. So if you're able to combat that with a Void.
TC's getting tickled a bit here in the top lane. That Ion Shell, he's just trying to ring around the rosy, but he's dead. Good grab Z-Talk, though. Ooh, one more auto attack from that tower could have gotten him down, but he is going to be able to walk away, and it's Team Unknown now off to a head start of 2-0, taking down the farming Doom.
Part of that, I think, is Doom has the Frost attack passive, which is certainly not his preferred creep. I mean, I would at least think that would not be his preferred point creep right now.
He's chasing down. He wants to get the sap, but it's level 2. It would have been enough, maybe? 195, 160? Close. 2 more auto attacks, maybe. Could have got the catch on that Dark Seer, but not happening. Did he have sleep? Did he not want to use it or something? I don't know.
It looks like he wouldn't have had enough mana. Right now, he just got enough mana at 265.
Yeah, you're probably right.
A little bit too
I remember that they did change the mana cost of Brain Sap down, but at level 2, it's still 100.
Yeah. Heck of a lot to cast that one out. People rotating into the mid now, trying to help out TA. They might be able to actually catch this Shadow Fiend here.
Oh, the Courier almost just died to silence.
Oh my god, it is able to make it away. And Z-Talk is persistent here. He really wants to chop down Yawar.
They want to kill Yawar.
Yeah,
That's
they're
a
going to
huge
be able
kill.
to get him.
Nicely done. clean as can be. And actually, TA not taking any levels in meld so far. Just keeping it all in refraction as well as side blades.
Bottom lane, Bulbous still sitting here, and he's up to level 6 now. So he has Impetus. He's going to be able to do even more damage, and that's actually another source of pure damage that I didn't really count for in the draft that can kill the Huskar. So I think the Enchantress actually seems to be working extremely well in this game, and gonna get ganked now.
Oh, can
almost
3 of them
certainly dead.
take
Got
down
out of
Bulba through the
attendance.
untouchable, though? He's
She's gonna live.
burning.
Wow, she's alive.
He's burning.
Oh my god.
And now
What
he
is
wants
he
to.
doing?
Oh, he's stuck. What's happening?
Are you kidding me?
Z-Talk, get the hell out of there. You can't hit her.
Oh,
There's
he's
also
in
a courier
trouble.
just flying around here.
The
Nature's
hell? It's like a
attendance heals
circus.
so good. Oh my god, that was what
All
kept
right.
her alive.
Bulba,
Oh, he's got impetus. Ooh.
Nice armlet toggle.
Bulba was right. This is actually legit as hell. You know, I wonder if this had anything to do with Overthrow, because people started picking Enchantress and Overthrow.
EG did it.
Quite
dude.
a bit.
EG did it
okay.
at TI.
Yeah, well,
it
that
was that game against Vici Gaming where they had the bounty hunter. It was like their response to the bounty hunter.
Honestly, I have to think that people seeing farmed Enchantresses and Overthrow was like, maybe we just get this hero like 2 items and then she just goes ham. But
Meantime, TA ends up killing the Shadow Fiend mid lane. Very nicely done there. Finally picked up a level in Meld Strike. It looks like they might be trying to dive here a little bit.
Yep.
The ward dropped down behind. Huskar
Oh,
does have
Biryu
armlet.
was confident. We'll eat. Whoa, the long
going
dunk comes
for it.
out. They are going to be able to turn back, though, and that's pretty much all they had wanted was to draw him out. And now Biryu could go down to the flame.
25
Oh,
HP.
close, but not enough.
Coming back to the Enchantress again, I've seen a couple of CIS teams run it recently, but that was I still think that other teams were running it before that. It's become more and more popular, and you see why. A lot of it, particularly considering a lot of the sort of high damage mids right now, TA, Shadow Fiend, you know, Wind Ranger, all of these heroes are built around the right click. Untouchable just wrecks that, so it can become a pretty interesting, probably. Oh.
There's a man fight breaking out top lane. Sorry, I was just getting caught up in it. Rio, happy to go toe-to-toe with TC with that Ion Shell. Playing a game of chicken with each other. Between Ion Shell and Scorched Earth, who's going to take most of that damage?
Somebody. They're all hurting. Whoever gets the TP rotation, I feel like, is going to be the one that gets the kill. Does look like Dazzle wants to hang out here. Dazzle.
Hatsune Miku playing the Dazzle.
That's great.
Oh,
oh, mid lane, Yuara is probably dead again.
big strike, big strike. Z-Talk shows up, pops him with a nuke, and will walk away. Biryu's going to be a little late.
Where did he come
Smack
from?
with a poison touch, and he's gone.
The Night Stalker like looped around the tower.
That's legit.
He's still here. He wants Bane. There's the Nightfall. Earn, silence,
Oh,
and Biryu is in trouble.
Jesus.
Boom!
Fill back up that charge.
Team Unknown
They're actually destroying them
giving
right now.
Digital Chaos a run for their money here.
Really, the only thing that is going extremely well
Is that Bulba Enchantress?
Bulba Enchantress, and Doom is farming fairly well. He's 1-1. He has a Midas now. Not the fastest Midas, but of course he did build full Tranquils and a stick and even a Sage's Mask before finishing that.
Rio, though, is also getting a lot in this Dark Series. Getting closer and closer towards that mech. But he's got a good chunk of levels. Level 8 at 10 minutes in. Very nice. So he's already got 2 levels in the vacuum. Did not put a point yet into Wall. Could do it next, but their teamfight potential is still
Crossguard
there.
bottom lane.
Oh.
Very close to dying. He's going to go in on Bulba.
Let's do it, baby.
He's going to try to right-click him down. He does have Armlet Toggle
Nature's
available
attendance,
here. Bulba's healing so much from level 2. Nature's attendance 10 per second with 6 Wisps, and he is going to actually make it out.
Man.
What? That's unreal. And he only TP'd to the tier 1. Look at he's TP'd like 15 feet. So I'm still here.
Oh, that's great. Now we've got 4 heroes down here in the bottom lane. This could be a bit of a problem right now.
Here it comes. They want Huskar. Immediate brain set, but what a grave. Comes out from Hatsune. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but he wants to stand and fight and tries to go for Biryu, but not going to be able to get the Bane down. Now the Impetus strikes come out. Dazzle. Going to get sniped. Nice little
Big
raise
kill
there
for
from
Yuar.
Yuar.
That's a big kill for Yuar. He was at 8 souls, but getting that kill shoots him all the way up to 29.
Oof.
He died just after dying. He had 8, so that's huge advantage now for Yuar and recovering a lot of what was just lost in those mid ganks. So DC turning the momentum around with that bottom gank. They're going to take this tier 1 tower. In the meanwhile, Unknown is cutting top. They're doing a really smart play here. They know that all these heroes are bottom. Curtis is certainly not going to be able to do anything about these 2 heroes, so they're just going to cut the wave.
The other thing to notice there, the Doom on top of the Huskar, he wasn't able to throw out the Burning Spears, which is really key there. Oh, might be in a little bit of trouble here. TC in the mid lane up against this TA. trading hits a little bit. Scorched Earth doing a good amount of damage, and looks like they might be able to find the Ogre here up in the top lane, actually.
Well, deep dive for Owie. Can they break through his thick skin?
He bought out, so this isn't that bad of a death.
Looks like they
He was
can.
just stuck. He was sitting here this whole time. You guys actually can't see my ping, so we're not in a lobby, but he was sitting up in this top woods the entire time they were cutting the lane, and he couldn't really escape, so just an unfortunate situation, but spending all his money before him makes it not too bad.
4 stack of Ancients now for TA as well. This is going to help her a lot getting towards that Deso. Oh, she actually went for drums first.
Yeah, she went drums first, which is a little bit more conservative. You get the HP, you have a little bit of extra mana, so you can support spamming Refraction. It helps you in situations like this where you have a huge camp. Without this drum, taking this huge stack would be a little bit more precarious. So you basically just run out of mana.
Do you think this means no blink for a while?
Possibly. I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. Either, you know, you get a drum and you use the attack speed to like get a Desolator, or you use like the added bulk and just
Nice
get
creep camp snipe here from Unknown.
blink.
It's gone.
Oh wow, they just took that the stack camp.
Yawar went up there and was like, okay, guys, we'll take care of that camp. Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, no.
I think that was only a
took
2 or 3 stack, but still.
Good enough, but they look like they
Darkseer's
will be
dead.
able to get a Darkseer with the Fiend's Grip. He will go down.
They also doomed him. Doom and Dark.
It's a lot of hate for one Darkseer. But they do get their kill. They do reclaim their jungle. And I wager Yawar is going to be going for more of his Battle Shadow Fiend build-up. We see Helm of the Dominator, S and Y. A mech doesn't seem too necessary. It looks like Bulba's going to be the one to pick it up. So he has the option now to go down that kind of road. Same with TC. You know, he doesn't have to go super utility. Curious to see for both TC and Yawar how they're going to itemize this game to contest this Huskar and this DA.
Sorry, so I have an interesting side note. Someone actually messaged me and said that this is actually Bulba's first game on Enchantress.
Wow.
As an official.
In an official.
Yeah.
All right. He probably has played it in scrims.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's played it in scrims. I'm sure he's played it in
Yeah,
FPL.
Bulba's the kind of player where it's like, you know,
he's a fiend.
He'll fiend it out. He's probably been fiending this Enchantress since, maybe EG's even game.
TA goes for Yasha.
This is more of a farming oriented build.
Yeah.
This is sort of like a gyro build. You know, you get drums, Yasha.
Oh, Biru.
He has no detection.
Thank God for the Invis rune.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he had Fiend's Grip up there again, they probably could have killed her. Like, burn through those fraction charges, tear her on down.
Looks like Doom's going to be going for a Blink Dagger. I like that decision.
Yeah.
I guess it could also... I mean, it could be something crazy like a Radiance, but I don't think that's the case. He already has Midas. I don't see a reason to get another farming item in Doom when you also have Devour. He's just farming up. TC, a spot of brightness here, but looking at the net worths, you can pretty clearly see TA is the one so far leading the game. But Huskar not having really that much success. Really, you want Huskar to win these early games a lot harder than he has, because he definitely becomes useless faster than pretty much any other carry.
Smoke? No. They're waiting. They see the push mid
I think
lane.
they know there's a lot of people here.
And they might want to defend instead. They're going to have Yawar kind of dancing around.
They don't really have the jump yet, you know? They need some type of ability to initiate pretty well, and I think the only way that they can really do it is sort of Bane catching somebody with a Nightmare.
Well, Huskar could also just YOLO in with some backup.
I mean,
Bulba has a
DC.
mech now too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're basically just... DC's plan is to wait until Doom is farmed enough to initiate himself. But now they're just trying to keep these tower pushes at bay, because they know they can actually fight here with
Commitment in
Doom.
from TC. Doom's up. The Huskar. And now the Impetus strikes to fly out. Meanwhile, they're going to get a Fiend's Grip here onto TA. Good vacuum wall, but not going to be enough to save their team. TA is going to be going down. Z-Talk is on the run here. Not going to be making it too far. They persist. They get it.
I don't agree with Unknown's, like... I don't get why they knew that all the heroes had to be there at that point. They were like farting around in front of the tower forever. So there was definitely enough time for a lot of rotations to come in, and they just got punished for wandering around a tier 1 for like a minute and a half, you know?
Yep.
2,300 gold change.
Wow, they're actually going to get Roche too. That's a huge win for DC.
Super easy Roche too with this Enchantress.
Yeah.
Roche, you want to hit me? Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, buddy.
That's 2 strikes. Here comes my third lady. Yeah. Watch out.
Yeah. Added benefit to the Enchantress lineup.
Yeah.
And Bulba's just going to heal right back up to full, and they take Roshan no worse for the wear, basically. That gives you War, an Aegis, and has he actually picked up any other significant items? He has a Yasha. That's it. He is.
So it could be that SMY.
I mean, he's died so much, he's not really been able to farm like crazy. Plus, he's on
Too
Dire.
necessary unless you want to get for the silence here, but they put the silence on the Bulba. Turn back Requiem. Z-Talk's actually in trouble. Biru. Yeah. Good damage from the high ground here from Huskar, but now he's going to be apart from his team. Z-Talk barely kept alive with the Grave, so he's just going to try to pull the attention onto himself and away from the rest of his allies, but it's not going to matter. They're going to make the move in for Rio. He's going to go down, and now they look for Hatsune. They cut him up with the urn, and Aoi is on the move here. One more second. Has Ignite. Has a stun. Can they stop the TP? No! He is gone. See you later, Dazzle, but...
I don't get what is Unknown doing? That literally the same thing that they just tried, but there were still 5 heroes there from DC, so they just got wrecked.
They probably feel like their lineup in general does have a bit of an expiration date. I mean, a Huskar and a TA. I mean, you don't want to go super late.
I mean, I think TA's item choices here might be contributing to their lack of being able to fight. I don't know. Without like a blink, it seems like it's hard to get yourself in a good position where you're not going to get like ignited and just like burn off of your refraction and die, you know?
In that last fight, Bane fell below 100 HP 2 separate times. They brought him down really low, and then accidentally, I think, vacuumed him off of the high ground into the low ground. He got down to like 85 HP with 4 stacks of burning spears on him. Then he turned around, Bane sapped, walked away, and then they earned him up again, and he ended up the fight at 75 HP. It's like living on a prayer. It was close.
Well, no, not getting anything easy in these fights. DC really making them sweat it out, and now they're going to be the team that's in full control. So look at this. What was once a pretty damn close game, even a edge for Unknown at one point, 2,500 gold, is quickly plummeted all the way down to near 7K for DC.
I think that blink on Doom made such a big difference.
Oh, definitely.
The possibility to jump into that fight and doom him at the start of it,
Absolutely.
He was really low, and then he wasn't able to deal out the damage that he wanted to.
I mean, it lets them take the fight on their own terms, and when you have, you know, the ability Doom on your side, if you get to pick, you know, before the fight starts, basically exactly who's going to do nothing the whole fight, then you're probably going to win it.
So who do they pick? Is it Huskar?
Huskar, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Right now it's Huskar. Later, probably TA or Darkseer. Dooming TA is not even that good. It's like okay.
So I wonder if this is Unknown just kind of going back to their Huskar ways, but have they had to play Huskar against the Doom, you know? Maybe that's something they've been used to, and they're quickly seeing that he is also subject to being just deleted as a hero in these fights.
He's going for Aghanims next, too, so he's not even going to have Berserker's Blood, which is devastating.
Yes.
Like, that is what that hero is. And you be able to hit him on that. It's going to be a really rough situation for Unknown.
DC, though, using the smoke, they head towards mid lane here. Oh, then they turn back, and they're going to see Hatsune. Easy grip. Here comes TC, chops one, turns back, holds up on the Doom as he gets silenced quickly. And Unknown trying to get back away, but here comes TC.
Ah, you are doomed, fool! And they're gonna move in and get it. Bang! Boom!
Impetus. So much damage right there.
DC get 2. Now they're already going into high ground, possibly. Darkseer out, 37 seconds. With him goes the wall.
I mean, why not? You got Aegis on Shadow Fiend.
I mean, they're definitely pushing here.
I mean, Doom is down, which is nice for Unknown, but...
The thing is that if Huskar dives into the middle of this without Dazzle, then he's just going to die. Yeah. And he's not even at the fight.
No, he's going to farm bottom.
He knows that. They know that they can't really do much about this until the Darkseer's back up, so they're just going to let DC do their thing and try to get more out of the map in the meantime.
Courier?
TA is cutting mid as well.
Mid lane, she got the Courier. It was
3,200.
The rest of the Ags for TC.
Ooh.
So that's not a huge deal, but it's certainly annoying for DC.
Yeah.
Like, Doom is still going to kill Huskar at this point in the game.
Definitely. It does look like TA's been able to find some really good farm here. I like this type of play. You know that you're not going to be able to really defend high ground. Or actually, I should say, you're going to be able to defend high ground, but not going to be able to chase and take somebody down after the fact. And so instead, just go farm out their jungle, get your levels on up. He's got 3,200 gold in the bank. Can start building in some of these bigger items that might actually make a difference in this next fight.
Moving forward here, Unknown, what is their way back into this game? What is the item that Huskar is going to get to make this happen?
A script hack?
Destillator is going to help a little bit. If only because it'll help them kill Bulba. But the problem is that Bulba has a mechanism now.
I'm wondering if it's even worth it for like Darkseer to go not Lincoln's, but Lotus Orb potentially. That could be decent, but again, it doesn't matter that you
The
Doom
build
back
up to
onto
Lotus
the
Orb
Doom.
is so bad, though.
Yeah.
It's just...
It is a lot of money, and you don't get any stats out
It
of
costs
it.
4,000.
But I love the item.
I mean, it's a really cool item, but I think at 4,000, it's a little
Steep.
ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think it's that good.
Here comes Digital Chaos, and they got Huskar. He's going to have to get graved up, and he's almost dead. Actually needed to do a little bit of pounce to get some of that life back. Heads back to base. Ouch. Top lane. Ooh, Biryu almost looking like he was going to get a sleep there or something on the little TA, but not going to be able to get the catch.
She doesn't have her Deso yet. It's being brought out to her
It's
now.
finally coming out. I think it's. I think
Ooh,
DC
DD.
are just pretty content to just let this game continue like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have no rush.
The ball is in their
if
court,
this game
Greg.
goes late, Doom's gonna get a refresher.
Yeah.
And at that point, I really don't understand how Unknown can win because you Doom either Huskar and Darkseer or Huskar and TA, and then they're just
Two Dooms are better than one.
seems like you can't really win. Even dooming Dazzle does basically the same
Dazzle?
thing because Huskar will die.
Looks like Enchantress here is going to be going for her Aghanim Scepter as well in a second. Well, still 2,200 gold away from picking it up. But that comes out, you're going to have the longer range. You're going to be able to deal more damage consistently. I'm wondering if she's going to end up actually going for a Scotty now that I said it was going to be an Aghanims. This might be a Scotty instead. You know, the extra stats certainly help.
For Bulba.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, yeah. The UAM no longer applies to the impetus, as you know.
True
So,
enough.
Scotty was the top option that people were reaching out for when they saw that patch note. You get the slow, you get the stats. I mean, I would love to see it.
Certainly.
Mask of Madness.
There you go. I mean, people were doing that before the UAM stuff, like just
Yeah.
because of the attack speed,
Yeah.
which is also awesome. All right, Courier back up. Doom's going to get his little scepter. He's going to be happy as a clam.
Yeah, he's definitely happy with how this game is going. I mean, TC 5-1 with 7 assists. He has the Wolf. He had that in the last fight as well, and
Oh! Doom on Rio.
they do have to follow this up though.
It burns. It burns so much.
Oh, God.
He's
Oh, that Fiend's Grip. Fiend's Grip onto the Huskar. Not what you want to have seeing at all. And Enchantress kills the Huskar. Doom kills the Darkseer. DC looking pretty strong right now.
they're definitely hitting their power curve now that they've farmed up a little bit of items. Yawar is actually still extremely behind, but that's not that big of a deal because TC can start the fight so perfectly for them. And they do also have still a lot of damage from Yawar because he still has the 36 souls and Ness and Life. So
Darkseer actually picking up a Shadow Amulet, interestingly enough. Oh, Glimmer Cape, of course. Yeah. Let's see the cloak. That makes
Solar
sense.
Crest. That could help.
Solar Crest.
I'm trying to look for the positives here for Team Unknown.
Well, the positives is that they haven't lost quite yet.
Okay.
The negatives is that they're gonna lose soon.
Okay.
That's all I got really.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
This is why we have Greg here. Expert analysis. Oh, this is something. Oh, they have actually pretty good damage. Can't turn back. Can't cast anything. There's a good sounds from Z-Talk here. And they will be able to get an ogre
he
down.
honestly
Oh, he gets a
gonna-
multi.
No,
There it
he's
is.
definitely
Meld
good.
Strike. Curtis goes down.
What did he just buy? What recipe was that? Find the courier. Find it. There it is.
It is a
Manta style.
Manta style.
So Deso Manta. Interesting item build from the TA. A little bit different than what we've been used to seeing, but I think I understand why he went this build. I don't really agree with it. I think Blink is too powerful a tool on TA, but
It is pretty nice.
just being able to get a guaranteed Meld Strike is so good.
Maybe it's hard to rely on Blink. You're
The
going
problem is
against
that
Doom with
I
Scorched
think
Earth
the
and
thing, I
stuff.
bet he was thinking if I blink in and Meld Strike someone, I'm gonna get doomed and die, which is
Yeah.
probably true.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the motivation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he already had the Yasha too, so there's some amount of value there. And
Yeah, well, I mean, Yasha is like just fine by itself though. Like you don't have
Yeah.
to upgrade it. It's a good farming item, gives you good movement, gives you good attack.
yeah, certainly.
AC is finally finished on Yawar, so that's the second item complete, and that's actually going to help him quite a bit. They do have a pretty decent amount of physical damage with the crit on Doom, and obviously the Enchantress right-clicking.
Huskar's trying to put together a halberd. That could be nice. You get a little bit of evasion, and certainly the disable would be very nice against the Shadow Fiend. Hell, even Enchantress, you know.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to take a quick peek at... Oh, there is no other game up. The other game must be broken as well. I was going to take a quick peek and see what's happening there, but...
Oh,
Kiryu is dead. They get good melt strikes there. And now TA is on the run, and Yuar does not want her to escape. Aoi is trying to get close enough, but the trap, nice trap there.
Yeah, he's
don't allow the space to make it away.
Aoi really needs a Force Staff or a Blink Dagger. The Solar Crest is definitely really good because it amplifies the damage that you have out of these physical damage carriers that we already talked about, but a Blink Dagger or a Force would definitely serve him really well this game. Just because, I mean, Ogre is clearly not a mobile hero, but his stun is so good. It's really nice if you can get a position for it.
Aghanim's getting close to completion here as well for the Night Stalker. Only 500 gold away from that one.
Yeah, my problem with this game is, like, Unknown they're delaying it, sure, but that doesn't sound like a good thing to me because the game's only going to get harder for them. So maybe they try to win a Roche fight and then just YOLO push mid.
I don't know, this does remind me of that Alliance game we watched earlier.
That's true.
They were up and ahead and up and ahead, and
then they just lost.
And then it was just over.
Yeah, I saw that graph.
The other team did have the highest net worth, but you could tell Alliance were in control at the time. It felt like they were, but then they got caught out. And
there's certainly always the chance for a turnaround. I think that...
This is Dota, after all.
Right, true enough, definitely. There was a PL in that game, which is another thing to consider.
Yeah, the comeback factor
Well, the other problem here is that DC is getting Roche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And TA not being around does make this a little bit more difficult. Not impossible, certainly.
Z-Talk's peeking, though. He's like, I just want a bounty.
But
he gets put to sleep here. Vacuum wall, possibly. Requiem. Fiend's Grip locks him in place. Vacuum takes him to the high ground. They are going to still be able to easily bring down this Huskar, though. Follow it up. Two others hit the deck. Rio's forced to retreat. And, yeah, Digital KotL made that look very easy. But this, of course, means that TA was split pushing top lane. Now going to get doomed up, and TC is going to have his way with her.
Oh, no.
No, please, Mr. Doom.
Don't do it.
I've done it.
2,000 gold sling at the end of that one. 4 heroes dead. Darkseer only one left alive. And poor little Darkseer, while he does have the mechanism, does have the Glimmer Cape, Arcane Boots, all that fun stuff.
They didn't get to use it.
It's a little bit difficult. Yeah, that's a good point. He didn't
I
end up using
believe.
those.
I believe.
Believe in the Darkseer?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Here comes Digital Chaos.
Well, the other problem here is, like, even if they do get a really nice vacuum, what happens after that? They don't have any AoE stuns.
Well, then they have
they have like TA maybe getting like a miracle side blade, like meld crit, and that
you
kills
have
everyone.
Yawar's illusion to use.
Yeah.
And with that comes the AC, so that's pretty swell.
Nice weave down onto 3 here. They're going to be able to at least lower down that armor, maybe try and initiate at the end.
They're hitting it so hard.
They really are.
Ow.
That's a scary sight.
You're going to let them walk in there and do that? Guess they are.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think Doom is going to get first ban in the next game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, basically, Unknown they're going to pick it or lose, I think is...
Digital Chaos. They just follow the trend. How boring.
They have an off-lane Enchantress this game.
That's a good point.
I guess
what trend are they following?
I'll give them a little bit of props for the unique Enchantress pick.
It really did work out. I was wrong. It happens, you know? You're right all the time.
I do applaud Unknown for trying to go back to their comfort zone and what made them stand out as a team for this aggressive Huskar pickup. But yeah, you going against a team like DC, they might have an answer for it. And oh, their smoke canceled. Little Biru here is invis, and they don't have detection for him. And now here comes Digital Chaos looking to put the game to a close. They get a sleep, but a nice vacuum wall does come out from Rio. But there goes the Requiem, and here comes the possible Chaos. Bane is going to be the first to go down, but they're going to get the Night Stalker here. TC looking to retreat. A lot of damage for him. This Huskar does work and takes TC down. Still holding on barely with the Grave. Trying to go for Bulba. Getting healed up. Trying to armlet toggle here. But he does get stunned up. Turns back. Looking to go for Yawar. This guy's a raid boss. Oh!
That was impressive. Even though it didn't work out in the end.
He tried.
There's actually 4 heroes dead. 5
Yawar is down.
DC.
DC just got wiped.
I don't know what happened with the Doom there.
My brain.
He needed to doom the Huskar.
A wonderful vacuum
Who did he
wall.
doom instead?
I think he doomed the TA. I'm not exactly sure about that, but the entire course of that fight, Huskar was just doing whatever he wanted. And he was getting lower and lower. Berserker's blood going crazy.
Yeah, I think DC have learned their lesson. Like, okay, TC, if you could just throw Doom onto that Huskar, that'd be good.
It took them a long time to bring that Huskar down.
Yeah, I mean he
really did.
dived, which purged off some of the slows and stuff, and any of the damage that was lingering, and then he armlet toggled. That was a really nice play, but I'm still not sure it's going to be enough because they get that huge fight win. And
They need like another one of those.
the problem is that they had to go back and then just
Exactly.
push all the lanes out. That was the result of the fight.
Yeah.
But if it happens again now, they're actually going to be in really good shape.
Actually diving to get Biru
Oh,
there,
God.
but he got a Glimmer Cape at the last second, and now
Rip.
look at this. They come back in.
He doesn't have Doom. He has Blink. He has Blink soon though.
The drums gets him out.
We'll see. There needs to be another little dodge here in a second. TP away should be able to
Blink
make her way
level
out of
death?
there.
Oh.
Yeah, nice. I think also the key thing here as well is that Unknown, now that they have the Aghanims up on Night Stalker, can probably opt to, if they're able to keep DC off of their base for a little while, you can choose the fights you want until Darkness is back up, and then you're going to be in a solid situation because you can always know when they're coming. They have to push out all of the lanes now DC do before they're really going to be able to try and take any other fight on the high ground, or at least the top and bottom potentially. Or maybe they just go right on in and find a pickoff and it doesn't even matter. Smoked
Definitely
on
gave
up.
Unknown some time, but I don't know how much. So yeah, it does look like DC are
DC's
quick to come back the other way.
They know that if they win a fight at their base, that the game is just over. I mean, there's only 2 buybacks, just the 2 cores, which Huskar without the backup of Dazzle only does so much. Although in the last fight, it looked like he could just live forever.
That was awesome.
It really
And
was.
DC actually are going to just back off now that the heroes are respawning.
I think this is actually the right move.
I mean, yeah, they're in no rush in this game. Like, TC still has several item slots that he can improve on, and he still doesn't have anything like a refresher. Yawar still has plenty of room to farm, where, like, TA already has Manta, Deso, Crit, which could be a Daedalus, and, like,
Okay.
need maybe a Blink, but he's, like, pretty farmed, and it doesn't get that much better unless you start buying, like, Rapiers. MKB is definitely still another one to buy as well.
Unknown Smoke, move all the way up top. They're not going to be able to catch anyone from DC. DC are actually bottom. And I love that Yawar's companion has been this mud golem. It's just been following him the whole time. Not like a Wolf Commander or anything. Just, all right, guys, I'm here. I'll fight with you.
Hey, he's got a
Pretty
stun.
awesome. Yeah, the stun is
If
great.
he micros the stun and it leads to a kill, I'll definitely bow down to my Yawar Lord.
The
Got a
Y
little-
God.
Got a little Conqueror here for the Huskar. He's hanging out. He's got such short legs, though. Having trouble keeping up. Another 5-man smoke going through the jungle. It looks like everybody knows what's going on, though, so probably not going to be able to find anybody from Unknown. I think Refresher here probably for Doom. That seems to me like the best option.
Yeah.
You could get, like, a... Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely the best.
What happens if you have a Lotus Orb and Huskar life breaks you?
I think you
You
both
guys like
jump.
flip and like butt heads in the air?
I don't know.
That'd be awesome to see. I want to see a double life break.
He's hoping.
Sometimes it happens, man. I casted a game with Gods, and we were like, I would love to see a Lotus game where you see the Razor just kind of sap each other's damage, and it happened that game, and we were so tickled. It was hilarious. Sometimes you just never know.
That's great. I love that.
I mean, you can see a life break coming your way, so it's not very hard to echo shell back.
Well, I think that it activates on cast, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I've cast it mid shackle shot, and it will reflect back.
Really? Okay.
I'm almost positive.
Because I thought that was one of the things about like Spirit Breaker when you hit a Lotus Orb. you
On
would,
that
like-
one, yeah, it would be on cast.
Okay. Then you start charging each other.
But like a snowball as it rolls in, you could
Right.
activate on roll. Well, Digital Chaos, man, they are not looking to underestimate Unknown Gaming any further. They're just going to wait out for the Aegis and take the safest possible way to close this one out.
Yeah, especially when you consider the implications of 1-1 versus 2-0. You really would just want to play this game safe. Like, take your time. Don't throw it.
I don't want to be hard on Digital Chaos, but if you are getting a run for your money against a team like Team Unknown,
I mean, I feel like this game is pretty securely in their grasp, but I definitely hear what you're saying. Like,
that fight should not have happened.
yeah, that should not have happened. And honestly, like, this is a TI champion at UI versus a second place open qualifier team. Like, they should just roll them, right? And that's not real. Whoa! Where was that courier?
Wait, whoa, what?
The TA was hanging out right up top here.
And
over
the
to
there's a
gem
gem
is
too.
down. That was
Oh.
that was a full BKB
And an MKB for UR.
and an MKB.
Wow.
Because he already has the
Oh
Demon
my
Edge.
god, we can't
What a
rewind,
play.
can we?
Nope.
Jeez.
We're actually like spectating, and it's like if there was access, we could actually rewind and check it out. But
Reborn.
reborn
Que sera, sera.
can't even use the DVR. Oh, that's more time for Team Unknown. The problem is like they're getting all this extra time, but it's
Basically, the only really good thing that can happen is this TA getting some crazy ass crits. I feel like that's the only way they can win this in the late game. That plus like a really good Darkseer setup is kind of their way into this game. But that possibility does exist though. Like,
oh yeah,
that could happen, especially if DC are sloppy in their
It
fight
could happen.
execution.
yeah.
I believe.
I believe.
Do it. They're all grouped up now as well. I mean, if they're able to take a fight right now, it's pretty solid. You're going to be able to make sure that, you know, the fact that the courier hasn't responded yet, you're relatively up an item. It's not bad. Inner Vitality on the TA as well. Looking to try and find somebody here. They don't.
DC are in the neighborhood, but not fully committed to showing themselves in the lane quite yet. Just Yawar slowing down.
Just have
the
the
push.
support sitting behind him. You are making sure he lives.
The nice thing for Unknown is just having this Night Stalker. I mean, you look at the vision here. DC are in the dark, with the exception of that one River Ward. They don't see any of this right here. And you look at the vision here of Unknown. They can see up and over the cliff. They see where Owie is. They see them moving about. The problem is like, what can you do with this bit of intel?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable enough diving into this tier 2 and taking a fight? Unknown might be. They're inching like they're thinking about it.
Also, I think there's definitely some due praise here for this TA making it this like late in the game, getting this much farm when it feels like everything was going wrong.
Yeah, and in a lineup that you wouldn't think would be able to go
And now
super late.
he's definitely provided them with like a winning chance at this game.
Look at this. They are just creeping on them from
This
behind.
this is really weird.
Tier 1's still standing.
Yeah, this is really weird.
They're going to sneak
They're
in
going to
now.
go. There's the Nightfall.
Darkness.
DC's like, where's it going to be coming from? It's behind. They could isolate Yawar here, but he quickly goes to the right-hand side, and they're going to hide within the trees. Beautiful vacuum wall, though. Pulls them all back, and now they're looking to just take down TC if possible. Bulba's going to get off some big shots onto the Huskar. Huskar is going to get the Grave off. TC goes down. No buyback. Now they look to Yawar. Huskar, though, is not going to be able to live the tail. The tail, he goes down. Dazzle should be next.
This TA is still going ham, though.
And with that, DC step back a bit here, and they're going to have to regroup under the tower. For the rest of Unknown, they're left with only little bits of scraps, and they pull back and away.
God, Doom dropped down to 200 HP, and he was just barely able to get off that Doom. If you don't get that Doom off, Huskar kills everybody else. The Burning Spears stopped, the Berserker's Blood stopped, all of it stopped right in the middle of that fight as soon as the Doom came off, and that was the point where he ended up dying after the Shallow Grave wore off. So key there, and being able to find him in the middle of all of that mess with the reduced vision, really, really well played by TC.
I think if the TA gets a Blink Dagger, this game actually feels kind of winnable. To me.
I don't know. I feel like the Unknown needed more out of that surprise jump. They needed that TC Doom to go down before Doom came off. They needed to get a big fight there.
Nobody has Blink Daggers on Unknown right now either. I mean, they were able to make it happen still with the Darkseer just running in Vacuum Wall, which was
they
glorious.
used darkness a little bit to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. Gem up on Ogre now.
Certainly not as easy of a game as maybe Dota Cinema, or, sorry, Digital Chaos.
I think that might be a chip. I'm not sure.
Oh, my God. You know how many times I've accidentally said that for this team?
Production guys going ham.
Well, Unknown, though, still continue to hold on to all of their lives. Withstand, but they're going to need another sort of creative fight initiation here. I don't think they're in a comfortable enough position to just try to take it to a high ground defense again. DC are going to continue to get bigger and bigger. We saw Yawar recently pick up now this MKB.
Huskar's still pretty underfarmed. He's died a lot. Despite the fact that he like nearly won them a couple fights, he's only won 7-3. But he does have 3,000 gold. I wonder what his item choice is going to be here.
Is it Satanic?
That's what I was kind of thinking. I don't know if there's something better.
Honestly, I'm wondering if it might even be worth it just to go Lincoln's. Like, that's the only thing that's holding him back from killing these people is the fact that he's not able to get that he gets doomed.
It would be nice if someone else was able to get the
Problem is
Lincoln
that
for
level
him,
death.
but
Yeah,
It's
that's
such
true
a good
too.
counter to Lincoln.
it really is.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, it's like okay. Obviously, sometimes they're at the right level, but really, it's perfect for just breaking Lincolns.
All right, Shadow Fiend's starting to go crazy up here.
I know. Glyph is going to be forced out. Digital Chaos kind of restepping a bit, but Yawar has that Aegis, so they're happy to show him up front. But the second the Nightfall comes out, DC quickly turn back and away.
It's a little risky for them to push in the darkness.
This TA has been flirting with him on the side a bit, though. Will be put to sleep.
He bought a Hyperstone.
He's going to go for grip. He's going to go for the grip. No, he thought about it, but he canceled it.
TA bought a Hyperstone. This is a deeps build. He's just going for the deeps.
Is he going for a Moon Shard?
I imagine
AC
he gets
probably.
an AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, vacuum wall.
They need the TA to be at that though.
Yeah, that's
The
just
TA has to be there. They have no. I really have a huge issue with this Darkseer without any follow-up stun.
Look at this. They're going all the way out and around, and they're going to come in through either the mid or the bottom lane and away from that wall. Yeah, they're going all the way to the bottom lane.
Makes sense. Gonna be able to push this on. I guess the problem is the creep wave.
You have to wait out this weave, too.
Yeah.
Looks like the weave ends now. Now there's going to be no wall. No nighttime. This is DC's best chance to close this game out now. Can they do it?
What was that? Zoning Requiem.
Get rid of the creeps.
All right.
Yes.
Quick creep clear. Doesn't feel Requiem's necessary as there's not much spunk left here for Unknown to defend. Yawar still has an Aegis, so he's going to confidently be able to bring down this tier 3.
5,000 gold.
Yeah.
Yawar has gotten very far and
He
very
could buy back
fast.
Boots of Travel back in if necessary.
Yeah.
So
This might be the end for Unknown.
This might be it, yeah. I think Unknown's last effort was that push on bottom lane, that big surprise attack, but it was not enough. And now we're seeing Digital Chaos put a close to this game, a game that should not have been this difficult, but Unknown certainly gave him a run for the money, and definitely this TA. Now, she does get taken care of pretty easy there, but she is the reason that this game went this long. She was putting the team on her back as far as late game DPS, and Digital Chaos will be able to close this one out, but they had to work for it.
And I feel like part of it also is just that Enchantress being able to gimp that Huskar throughout the early laning stage, doing such a great job of shutting down his farm, grip on top of Huskar as everybody DCs. Like, it wasn't even necessarily that she shut down his farm, but she didn't allow the free farm that was going on, and Doom was able to get enough up top to make up for it. And in the mid lane, it was kind of a bit of a wash, even though you did see multiple rotations on into there. It just felt like there was you got enough out of the Enchantress. You want to be able to really own that early game with the Huskar, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, the Enchantress pick definitely worked out far better than I expected. It actually worked out better than I think pretty much, I mean, anyone probably with Bulba expected. I'm sure Bulba thought it was going to be perfect. It did go really well, though. Big contributing factors for them doing well in the early game. I think you can't pick that all the time, because if you get, like, stunned twice, then you just die, you know? Or even stunned once, you'll probably just die at those early levels. But as a pocket pick, it's pretty sick.
Yeah. Digital Chaos probably taking away from that they need to reevaluate what kind of fights they want to commit into, because the reason Unknown were back in it was that one choke point fight. They landed a beautiful wall vacuum, and TC was just kind of caught in the mess, dealing with his own illusion, all those ion shells. Like, he just was a non-factor in that fight. So if Unknown were granted the opportunity to do more fights like that, it could have been a different story. But even with that big fight and that big advantage, they couldn't get it.
Honestly, I feel like if Huskar was a carry with a stun, they probably would have won that game. If Huskar was like a Sven or something, I feel like there's a pretty good chance that they would have won that game. But
it
obviously,
wasn't,
it wasn't. They picked the Huskar third, but that's just my speculation.
And that will conclude Game 1 of Digital Chaos versus Team Unknown. And we're going to obviously come back into this for Game 2, but we can also get an update as far as maybe groups. How are we looking on the groups? Can we flash them up on the screen maybe? There they are. Now, I can't read it from your
Yeah,
journal.
I can't read that.
Anyone read this?